Welcome back to Living Local. A local author is combining his love of writing and filmmaking to help a local nonprofit that serves those who served us. And to learn how we can help give back to our veterans, we are joined by Lola Vandewalle with the QC Veterans Outreach Center and author Gary Metivier. Of course, this segment is sponsored by the QC Veterans Outreach Center. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. Thanks for having us.
Hey,
Yes.
Thanks for being here, guys. So Lola, let's start with you. How did the Outreach Center get started, and what do you guys do to provide for our local veterans?
Well, the Outreach Center started in 2016. I opened it in memory of my father, who fought in World War II at the age of 17. So today we offer all kinds of services to veterans. Their groceries, a mini mart, haircuts, DVD, library, anything that we can assist them with and help them with.
Yeah.
So, and we're all volunteers. We're all not, it's a nonprofit, and we earn all our own funds to keep it going. And we went from 35 veterans in 2016 to over 3,000 at this time.
That's incredible. That is incredible. And then Gary, of course, local television legend. You have a new book that will help our local veterans, and its focuses on a woman named Norma. And tell us about the book and how it's helping vets, man.
Yeah, well, as you were hearing, that so many volunteers came together and make this center happen and grow so fast. But Norma was one of the first, and she was on a mission to drive around town. So I heard about this woman driving around town with her husband, going to all the grocery stores, collecting soon-to-be expired foods, and collecting them all at her house. So I knew there had to be a deeper story there. It turned out that Norma was gathering the food not for herself, but for the veterans. And so I said, man, Norma, I really want to know more about your passion and your drive because you care so much. So she said, hey, get your truck, let's load it up, and I'll explain as we bring this over to Lola. But if it's okay with you, I'd like to introduce you to
Absolutely.
Norma now.
Yeah, absolutely.
World War II England. As the bombs fell, as the Germans blitzed London, thousands of children rushed to the countryside for safety. 5-year-old Norma's family was there to take them in, even as food, clothes, and heat were in short supply already. Soon, bombs would be dropping on their town, too.
Come out of the air raid shelter and wonder, well, you know, have we got a house to go or a flat to go back to?
As little Norma and her sister Pat were home alone at night, they grew tired of running to the cold shelters on the streets several times a night. So they faced their fears together.
Turn off the lights and we'll just watch we'll watch the pretty lights in the sky.
And those lights were flares that the Germans were dropping to lead the bombers into where the houses were, where factories were.
Well, the factories were, and we had factories all around us.
She had no idea then the experiences would lead to a life of giving back to American GIs who befriended her family while on a break from the front lines.
They would come over and they would bring whatever they could, you know. It might be a can of peaches or it might be whatever, you know, that they could probably borrow from the camp.
Inspired by them, collecting food for decades for the QC Veterans Outreach Center.
They helped us out, and I'm sure there's a lot of vets that need food. So I thought, well, I'll go around and see if I can't collect some for them. And so that's what I did.
That's just fascinating. What an inspiring story, man.
Oh, she's amazing.
It's so cool. That's incredible.
So we got to meet at KSI for every Friday for almost a year.
Oh,
she
wow.
would bring me little stories or tell me stories, and I would send her home what she called homework to
Yeah.
read more and tell me more what the shelter smelled like, what it felt like to living through this experience, and we put it together into a book.
Yeah, and where can people get the book and learn more about your many projects, man?
Yeah, the book's available at Amazon now, and of course I have a YouTube channel and a podcast, and we're continuing to do stories with Lola's group too to help share their mission as well.
Yeah, well, Gary, that's incredible, man. What a cool project. So, Lola, hey, you have some exciting news to share with us about a generous donor, right? Tell us about that, man. This is great.
Yes, we have a generous donor that came through and bought 1,000 books to give out to our veterans so they could all read the story about the person that's giving back to them. We'll start that this Sunday when we do our big Thanksgiving food basket giveaway.
That's incredible. Hey, so you're looking for veterans that served in Belgium. Can you share a little bit more about this effort?
Yes, along with Gary, we'll be working on a project in 2024 that involves Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Amsterdam area of World War II vets that worked in that area, served in that area. So we need anyone that has a friend, a family member, anything that could tell us anything about that to reach out to us at the center.
Yeah, that, you guys are doing the good work, giving me hope for humanity here, man. So, Lola, tell us a little bit about what the community can do for the Outreach Center. How can they get involved? How can they support you?
Yes, they can come to the center and volunteer their time. They can bring food, blankets, socks. There's different things we need throughout the year, hygiene items, anything that they think the vets could do, or just donate an hour of their time.
Yeah, I love
whichever way. It's a community effort. It's all of us together that made this happen.
Yeah, and I don't want to get too into the weeds here, Gary, but what kind of brought you to this project? What interested you to get involved? This is incredible.
As you know, I've spent a lot of my career trying to support veterans programs of various kinds, and it's very important to me to serve in some way. I did not serve in the military. My dad did, and a sister and brother did, but I did not. So I served by telling stories, and I'm a history buff anyway. Then when you see images like this, all these people coming together, and Lola organized all of this, and when you see a line of cars miles along with people coming and getting this thank you, and as Lola says, it's not a handout, it's a hand up, and it's just so cool to see a community coming together. This is no government money here. This is no official thing of any kind. This is Lola and her volunteers making this happen for people in our community that could use a helping hand.
I love it. I love it. Well, hey, like I said, faith in humanity, man. You guys give me hope that love is in the air, and I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Again, this segment is sponsored by the QC Veterans Outreach Center. For more information, you can go to qcvetsoutreach.com. And to find more about Gary's book and his projects on Facebook and YouTube, you can just look up Gary Metivier. We'll have all those details posted at ourquadcities.com. More